Hi, it's Mel and today I'm doing the Bookshelf Yearbook tag. This tag wasn't originally created by Emma Books on YouTube and I wasn't tagged by anybody, but I just watched it and thought it looked really cool. The questions are all like what you would find in a yearbook. The first question is best cover, and for that one I chose Throne of Glass by Sarah J Maas. This cover is beautiful and I love it, and I want to read it not only because of the cover, because it sounds really cool. It's about this girl who's an assassin and she gets imprisoned, and then if she agrees to work for someone in the royal family then she gets to be free, I think. It looks kind of animated and I really like the way that the front is like the front of a body and the back is the back of like a different outfit, but it's very subtle. The second question is best male protagonist, and for that one I went for Harry Potter in Harry Potter, and this is just the first one. I love Harry, because who doesn't? And for best female protagonist I chose Kath from Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. Kath is a lot like me in many ways and I related to her like I'm sure everyone did, and she's just so sweet and lovely. The next one is best villain, and I had a very hard time with that one because I actually don't read many fantasy and there's not many villains and stuff I read, but I chose that the best thing to go for was Professor Moriarty in the Sherlock Holmes stories by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. He's not necessarily in this one, but this is my favourite edition of any of the Sherlocks that I own, and I like Moriarty because he's a professor at a university and he's evil, so I thought that idea was kind of cool. The next category is cutest couple, and for that one I chose Ava and Emmy from Everything Leads to You by Nina LaCour. I really like both characters individually and together they're also nice, obviously, otherwise I wouldn't pick this one, and I really love this book, and if you haven't read it you need to read it like immediately because it's amazing and beautiful, and I just want all of the people to read this because everyone needs to. It's contemporary and it's kind of a mystery, not really a mystery, but you can't really find out about some of the characters without reading it. And it's about this girl who has a best friend and they both work in the art department and set designing of a film studio, and I loved the behind the scenes stuff and look at films and scripts and stuff, and it made me kind of interested in that. And they go to a sale for all this dead actor stuff and they pick some stuff up and then stuff happens. The next category is coolest fictional world, and for that one I chose Middle-earth in the Lord of the Rings trilogy and The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. I mean, who doesn't love Middle-earth, really? For the next one it's most interesting plot, and for that one I chose We Will Eyes by E. Lockhart. I really like the plot in this, and this counts as a mystery and contemporary, and it has a map and family tree in which is very useful, and I really loved it. Some people didn't like it, and it's about a girl whose family is really rich and they own an island, and that's all I can really tell you, and I highly recommend it because it's a very good book. The next one is most overhyped book, and people may want to yell at me for this one. It's Divergent by Veronica Roth. I love this book, but it's just not that great. Like, it's great, but it's not how people describe it as like amazing. And the next one is the most underhyped book, and I chose Miracle on Regent Street by Ali Harris. I picked up this book because it was featured in a local magazine and it said that the author was moving to a village that I was moving to, and I thought that was really cool, and I didn't really think much of it and I just bought it, and it was amazing and I love it a lot, and it's Christmassy and it's about this girl that thinks that she's invisible and her life is going nowhere, and the shop that she's working in, which is like Harrods but way less popular, is going to be shut down if they don't do something amazing, and she just works in the stock rooms, and the stock rooms is where she feels most comfortable, and it's just an amazing book that everyone needs to read immediately. It's very underhyped because I haven't seen it on BookTube ever, and she also has other books that I have but have not read yet because I'm very bad at reading books. The next question is most likely to put you to sleep. For this one, I chose a book that I read ages ago and I think if I tried to read now it would just be too much. And that is Ballet Shoes by Noel Streatfeild. I read it so long ago and I just remember one girl's an engineer and like one girl wants to be a dancer and it's about sisters and they all want to do different stuff and it's really short. The next one is most likely to be picked up in a bookshop. For that one I chose Paper Towns by John Green just because they're making a movie of it, or they made a movie of it, and it's kind of a big deal right now and John Green books just get picked up. Probably most everyone has already read The Fault in Our Stars, so this is the next one that is going to be a big thing, so people are just genuinely gonna pick it up all the time. And I think this one is about a boy and a girl who like each other and then the girl goes missing or something. And the next one kind of goes with that one, the most likely to gather dust on the bookshelf in the bookshop. For that one I chose Card Turner by Louis Sachar just because I had to read this for school and I generally really didn't like it. It's about this game of cards called Bridge and it's really complicated, and the book like attempts to teach young people how to play it, and it's about this boy whose granddad's blind so he can't really do it himself, so he does it with him. I don't like it and I didn't like Holes when we read it by him either in class. And the next question is most likely reread, and for me that would either be We Were Liars because I just really want to reread it and look at all of the little things that I might have noticed the first time around which add up to the big thing at the end, or I'm very likely to reread Harry Potter as I just did last month. And yes, I did read all 7 books in the month and I read until 8 o'clock on New Year's Eve and it was very stressful, but I did it and I like rereading them. And the last category is #1 book of all time, and I would just have to say Harry Potter again. I don't know which Harry Potter, I just can't decide which one's my favourite and least favourite because too much effort. So those are all the books that show you and all the questions for the tag, and I don't really have people to tag, but if you want to do it, just do it. And I'll leave the link to the original video and everything, and I think it's a cool tag so you should probably do it. Bye!